Welcome back to the audio bookshelf. We hope you enjoy the book, and please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons to get our latest content. Please enjoy. The 1% Shift, Small Changes That Transform Your Life. Presented by Theo E. David from the audio bookshelf. Chapter 1, The Power of Tiny Changes. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that major life transformations require massive effort, dramatic decisions, or sweeping overhauls. After all, our culture often celebrates monumental achievements while overlooking the small, incremental actions that truly drive success. But the reality is, life's most meaningful progress doesn't come from grand gestures. It's built on the power of small, consistent shifts. Imagine your life as a compass. If you were to shift the needle by just 1 degree, the change might seem negligible at first. But over time and distance, that single degree can take you to an entirely different destination. This principle, often called the compound effect, shows us that even the smallest adjustments, when repeated regularly, create exponential results. Take a moment to reflect on your daily routines. Consider the decisions you make, the habits you follow, and the mindset you bring to each day. How often do we underestimate the power of these small moments? The truth is, our lives are shaped not by occasional breakthroughs, but by the quiet persistence of what we do every single day. The myth of the overnight success. One of the greatest misconceptions about success is the belief that it happens overnight. We hear stories about someone who suddenly made millions or achieved an extraordinary goal, but we rarely hear about the years of effort, struggle, and refinement that preceded that moment. Take athletes, for example. A gold medalist doesn't achieve their victory because of a single, stellar performance. It's the result of countless hours of training, tiny improvements to their technique, and a relentless focus on refining their craft. This same principle applies to every area of life, whether it's your career, relationships, or personal growth. When you focus on the 1% shift, you're not chasing perfection. You're embracing progress. By improving just 1% each day, you position yourself for success not by luck or chance, but by deliberate and consistent effort. How small wins build momentum. Progress feeds on itself. When you start to notice even the smallest wins, you create a sense of momentum. This momentum, in turn, fuels your motivation to keep going. It's a virtuous cycle that begins with tiny actions. For instance, let's say you want to improve your health. Instead of overhauling your diet or committing to an extreme workout plan, start small. Add 1 serving of vegetables to your meals, or go for a 10-minute walk each day. These small wins may seem insignificant, but over time, they build confidence and reinforce the belief that you're capable of change. Here's the key: small shifts don't just change your behavior. They change your identity. Each small victory affirms that you are someone who makes healthy choices, stays committed, or follows through on goals. It's this shift in identity that leads to lasting transformation. Where to start? The beauty of the 1% shift is that it doesn't require a complete plan up front. You don't need to know every step of the journey before you take the first one. What matters most is starting, however imperfectly. Begin by identifying one area of your life where small, consistent changes could make a meaningful impact. Is it your morning routine? Your spending habits? The way you communicate with others? Choose something manageable and specific, and commit to improving it by just 1%. Remember, small steps compound. Over time, these minor changes will add up to something remarkable. Chapter 2, Breaking the Habit Loop. Habits are the building blocks of the 1% shift. They shape how we think, act, and respond to the world around us. But not all habits are created equal. While some serve us and align with our goals, others hold us back. To embrace the power of tiny changes, we first need to understand the nature of habits and how to break the ones that no longer serve us. Habits operate in a loop. First, there's the cue, something that triggers the behavior. Next comes the routine, the action you take in response to the cue. Finally, there's the reward, the benefit or outcome you receive, which reinforces the habit. Consider this common example: you're stressed at work. The stress becomes a cue that triggers a routine, reaching for a sugary snack. The reward is a brief feeling of comfort or relief, but over time, the habit takes a toll on your health. To break the loop, start by identifying the cue. What triggers the habit? Is it an emotion, like stress? A time of day? A particular environment? Once you've identified the cue, consider how you can change your routine to achieve a healthier or more productive reward. For instance, if stress triggers unhealthy snacking, try replacing the routine with a short walk, deep breathing exercise, or even a glass of water. The reward, reduced stress, remains the same, but the habit begins to shift in a positive direction. Habits, like all behaviors, are malleable. With intention and practice, even the most deeply ingrained patterns can be reshaped. Chapter 3: The Compounding Effect of Consistency. Consistency is the silent force behind the 1% shift. It's not about making monumental changes all at once, it's about showing up every day, no matter how small the action may seem. This principle is simple yet incredibly powerful. Small efforts, repeated consistently, lead to significant outcomes over time. Think of consistency like planting seeds. On the first day, there's no visible progress. Even after a week, it might seem like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, roots are forming, foundations are being laid, and growth is beginning. The same applies to personal growth and improvement. Progress is often invisible at first, but with time, it becomes undeniable. The challenge lies in staying consistent when results aren't immediate. Human nature often craves instant gratification, but the greatest rewards come from patience and persistence. To build this consistency, focus on creating systems rather than relying solely on motivation. Motivation is fleeting, but a strong system keeps you on track even when enthusiasm wanes. For example, if your goal is to read more books, don't rely on the occasional burst of inspiration to dive into a new title. Instead, set aside a specific time each day to read, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Over weeks and months, those 10-minute increments will add up to hours of knowledge gained and a habit that feels effortless. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. There will be days when you slip, and that's okay. What matters is getting back on track and maintaining the overall pattern of progress. A missed day or two doesn't erase the gains you've made, it's the long-term trend that counts. Chapter 4: Overcoming Resistance to Change. Resistance is a natural part of growth. Whenever we try to make changes in our lives, internal and external barriers often arise. These barriers might take the form of doubt, fear of failure, or even the comfort of the familiar. Understanding how to navigate resistance is key to sustaining the 1% shift. One common source of resistance is the belief that small changes are insignificant. It's easy to dismiss minor adjustments as unimportant when they don't yield immediate results. But remember, progress is a game of accumulation. Each small step builds on the last, and over time, these steps create a powerful ripple effect. Another form of resistance comes from fear of failure, fear of judgment, or even fear of success. To overcome this, it's important to reframe failure as feedback. Every misstep is an opportunity to learn and adjust. Instead of striving for perfection, aim for progress. Each attempt, successful or not, moves you closer to your goals. External resistance can come in the form of unsupportive environments or people who doubt your efforts. It's crucial to surround yourself with individuals who encourage your growth and to create an environment that supports your habits. If your goal is to exercise more, for instance, set out your workout clothes the night before, or join a community of like-minded individuals who share your commitment. Resistance will always exist, but it doesn't have to define your journey. By acknowledging its presence and choosing to act anyway, you build resilience and strengthen your ability to embrace change. Chapter 5: The Role of Reflection and Adaptation. Reflection is a critical yet often overlooked component of personal growth. It allows you to measure progress, identify what's working, and adjust your approach as needed. Without regular reflection, it's easy to fall into the trap of mindlessly repeating the same actions without considering their effectiveness. At the end of each week or month, take a few moments to evaluate your efforts. Ask yourself, what small changes did I make? What impact have they had? Are there adjustments I can make to improve further? This process doesn't have to be complicated. A simple journal entry or mental review can be enough to keep you on track. Adaptation is equally important. Life is dynamic, and what works today might not work tomorrow. The 1% shift is about being flexible and open to change. If a particular habit or strategy isn't yielding the results you hoped for, don't be afraid to try something new. The key is to stay committed to the process, even if the specifics evolve over time. Reflection also fosters gratitude. As you look back on your progress, you'll begin to notice and appreciate the small wins that once seemed insignificant. This sense of gratitude reinforces your commitment to the journey and reminds you of the value in consistent effort. Reflection and adaptation ensure that your growth remains intentional. They keep you aligned with your goals and give you the clarity to continue moving forward, one small step at a time. Chapter 6: Building a Growth-Oriented Mindset. A growth-oriented mindset is the foundation of meaningful progress. It's the belief that abilities, intelligence, and skills can be developed through effort and learning. This perspective empowers you to view challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles and to embrace the journey of continuous improvement. One of the first steps to cultivating this mindset is becoming aware of your self-talk. Pay attention to the internal dialogue you engage in when faced with difficulty. Do you tell yourself, "I'm not good at this," or do you reframe it as, "I'm learning how to improve"? Shifting your inner narrative from fixed to growth-oriented creates a mental space where failure becomes feedback and setbacks are stepping stones. Another key element is focusing on the process, not just the outcome. When you concentrate solely on results, it's easy to become discouraged when progress feels slow or uncertain. But when you value the process, you begin to find meaning in the act of trying, learning, and growing. For example, if your goal is to learn a new skill, celebrate the hours you spend practicing, even if mastery feels far off. Surrounding yourself with growth-minded influences is equally important. Seek out mentors, peers, and communities that encourage learning and resilience. Their perspectives can help reinforce your own commitment to growth and provide you with strategies for overcoming challenges. Finally, adopt a long-term perspective. A growth-oriented mindset isn't about instant gratification, it's about building a foundation for lasting success. By committing to lifelong learning and self-improvement, you position yourself to achieve more than you ever thought possible. Chapter 7: The Ripple Effect of Small Changes. The impact of the 1% shift extends far beyond the immediate results. When you make small, positive changes in one area of your life, the benefits often ripple outward, influencing other aspects of your life and the people around you. Consider how improving your health can lead to better energy levels, enhanced focus, and a more positive outlook. These improvements, in turn, affect your relationships, work performance, and overall quality of life. Similarly, a small adjustment in your daily routine, like waking up 15 minutes earlier to meditate, can create a chain reaction of benefits throughout your day. The ripple effect isn't limited to your own life. When you commit to personal growth, you inspire others to do the same. Your actions set an example for your family, friends, and colleagues, showing them what's possible through consistent effort. This influence can be especially powerful in leadership roles, where even subtle shifts in your behavior can motivate and uplift entire teams. The interconnected nature of the ripple effect is a reminder that no change exists in isolation. Every small step you take contributes to a larger pattern of transformation, both for yourself and for those around you. Chapter 8: Turning Knowledge into Action. Knowledge is a powerful tool, but it only becomes transformative when paired with action. Many people fall into the trap of overanalyzing and underacting, consuming endless information without ever applying it. To harness the power of the 1% shift, you must prioritize doing over perfecting. Start by identifying one actionable step you can take today. It doesn't have to be groundbreaking. In fact, the smaller and more manageable, the better. The goal is to build momentum and establish a pattern of consistent effort. For instance, if you've been meaning to improve your finances, don't wait for the perfect budget plan. Begin by tracking your expenses for a week. If you want to strengthen your relationships, reach out to one person with a thoughtful message. These small actions may seem inconsequential, but they set the stage for larger changes. Another way to bridge the gap between knowledge and action is to create accountability. Share your goals with a trusted friend, join a community, or set up a system to track your progress. Accountability not only keeps you motivated but also helps you stay committed when challenges arise. Action isn't about eliminating fear or uncertainty, it's about moving forward despite them. Each step you take builds confidence, competence, and a deeper understanding of what works for you. Over time, this cycle of action and learning becomes the engine of your growth. Chapter 9: Celebrating Progress, Not Perfection. One of the most effective ways to stay motivated is to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Recognizing your achievements reinforces your commitment to change and reminds you of how far you've come. Celebration doesn't have to mean grand gestures. It can be as simple as acknowledging your efforts in a journal, treating yourself to a small reward, or sharing your success with someone who supports you. The key is to focus on progress rather than perfection. Perfectionism often paralyzes progress. When you set unattainably high standards, every minor misstep feels like a failure. By contrast, when you celebrate incremental improvements, you create a positive feedback loop that encourages continued effort. Remember that growth is not a straight line. There will be peaks and valleys, days of great strides and moments of stagnation. What matters is maintaining the overall trajectory toward your goals. Celebration isn't just about looking back, it's also about looking forward. Every milestone, no matter how small, is a reminder that bigger achievements are within reach. By taking the time to appreciate your progress, you fuel the motivation to keep moving forward. Chapter 10: The Journey is the Destination. The 1% shift teaches us that success isn't a distant finish line, it's the sum of the small, meaningful steps we take every day. This perspective shifts the focus from outcomes to the journey itself, making personal growth a fulfilling and ongoing process. As you continue your journey, remember that every action, no matter how small, contributes to a larger purpose. Embrace the moments of trial and triumph, the lessons learned along the way, and the transformation that comes from consistent effort. Life is not about waiting for monumental changes, it's about finding joy and meaning in the process of becoming. The 1% shift is your roadmap to a life of continuous improvement, one small step at a time. Chapter 11: Designing an Environment for Success. Your environment plays a crucial role in shaping your habits and behaviors. Often, we underestimate how much the spaces we live and work in influence our decisions. By designing an environment that supports your goals, you make it easier to stay consistent and committed to the 1% shift. Start by identifying the triggers in your current environment. Are there distractions that pull you away from your priorities? Are there tools or reminders that could encourage positive behaviors? Simple changes, like placing a water bottle on your desk to encourage hydration or keeping your running shoes by the door, can make a significant difference in your daily habits. Eliminating friction is another powerful strategy. If something feels difficult or inconvenient, you're less likely to do it. For example, if your goal is to eat healthier, prep your meals in advance or keep nutritious snacks readily available. Reducing the effort required to make good choices increases the likelihood of success. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is equally important. Seek out environments that inspire and motivate you, whether it's a tidy workspace, a supportive community, or a setting that aligns with your aspirations. The more your surroundings reflect your goals, the easier it becomes to stay aligned with them. Your environment isn't static, it evolves as you grow. Regularly reassess your surroundings to ensure they continue to support your progress and reflect the person you're becoming. Chapter 12: The Long-Term Vision. While the 1% shift emphasizes small, daily changes, it's important to keep your long-term vision in mind. Having a clear sense of purpose and direction gives meaning to the effort you invest in your growth. It's the compass that guides your small actions toward larger goals. Start by asking yourself what you want to achieve in the next year, 5 years, or even 10 years. What kind of person do you want to become? What legacy do you want to leave behind? These questions can help you clarify your values and priorities, providing a framework for your decisions and actions. Once you have a vision, break it down into smaller, actionable steps. This makes seemingly daunting goals feel more attainable and ensures that every day contributes to the bigger picture. For instance, if your vision is to write a book, begin by committing to writing for 15 minutes each day. Over time, those small writing sessions will accumulate into chapters and eventually a finished manuscript. Your long-term vision isn't set in stone, it's a living, evolving concept. As you grow and change, your goals may shift, and that's okay. The important thing is to remain flexible and open to new possibilities while staying grounded in your values. Chapter 13: The Impact of Gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool for maintaining a positive mindset and staying motivated on your journey of growth. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, fostering a sense of abundance and contentment. Incorporating gratitude into your daily routine doesn't require much time or effort. You might choose to write down 3 things you're grateful for each morning or take a moment at the end of the day to reflect on the positive aspects of your life. Over time, this practice trains your mind to seek out the good in every situation. Gratitude also deepens your connection to others. Expressing appreciation to the people who support and inspire you strengthens your relationships and creates a ripple effect of positivity. A simple thank you note, a kind word, or an act of kindness can go a long way in fostering meaningful connections. Practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring challenges or setbacks. It's about acknowledging the silver linings and lessons within those experiences. This perspective helps you maintain resilience and optimism, even in difficult times. As you continue your journey, let gratitude be a guiding principle. It not only enhances your well-being but also amplifies the impact of the 1% shift, reminding you of the value in every small step you take. Chapter 14: Embracing Lifelong Growth. The 1% shift isn't a one-time strategy, it's a lifelong philosophy. Growth doesn't have an endpoint, it's an ongoing process of learning, adapting, and evolving. By embracing this mindset, you open yourself to endless possibilities for improvement and fulfillment. One of the most rewarding aspects of lifelong growth is the sense of curiosity it cultivates. When you approach life with a willingness to learn and explore, every experience becomes an opportunity for discovery. Whether it's acquiring a new skill, deepening your understanding of a subject, or expanding your perspective, growth keeps you engaged and inspired. Lifelong growth also fosters resilience. When you view challenges as opportunities to learn and improve, you become better equipped to navigate life's uncertainties. This adaptability allows you to thrive in a constantly changing world and stay aligned with your values and goals. Commit to being a student of life. Seek out knowledge, embrace feedback, and celebrate the progress you make along the way. The journey of growth is its own reward, offering a sense of purpose and fulfillment that extends far beyond any single achievement. Chapter 15: Overcoming Plateaus. As you progress with the 1% shift, you may encounter plateaus, periods when progress seems to stall despite your efforts. These moments can be frustrating, but they are a natural part of any growth journey. Understanding how to navigate plateaus is essential for sustaining momentum. First, recognize that plateaus often signal a period of consolidation. Growth isn't always linear. Sometimes, the body, mind, or circumstances need time to adapt before further progress can occur. Instead of becoming discouraged, view plateaus as opportunities to refine your habits, deepen your skills, and prepare for the next phase of growth. To break through a plateau, consider changing your approach. If you've been following the same routine, experiment with new strategies or techniques. For instance, if your fitness progress has stalled, vary your workouts or adjust your nutrition plan. Small adjustments can reignite progress and provide fresh motivation. Revisiting your goals can also help. Sometimes, plateaus occur because your original goals no longer feel as compelling or relevant. Reflect on why you started your journey and whether your objectives still align with your values. If needed, redefine your goals to reflect your current aspirations. Finally, seek support from others. Whether it's a mentor, coach, or peer group, having external perspectives can provide valuable insights and encouragement. Often, an outside view can identify blind spots and suggest solutions you might not have considered. Plateaus are not failures, they are part of the process. By embracing them with patience and a problem-solving mindset, you can continue moving forward with confidence and purpose. Chapter 16: The Power of Accountability. Accountability is a cornerstone of sustained success. When you hold yourself accountable or involve others in your progress, you create a structure that reinforces commitment and consistency. Self-accountability begins with setting clear, measurable goals. Vague intentions like get healthier or improve finances are difficult to track and sustain. Instead, define specific actions, such as exercise for 30 minutes, 3 times a week, or save $100 every month. The more tangible your goals, the easier it is to evaluate your progress. Journaling is another effective tool for self-accountability. Regularly recording your actions, successes, and challenges helps you stay mindful of your journey and identify patterns over time. This practice also provides a record of how far you've come, which can be a powerful motivator during difficult moments. For many, external accountability is even more impactful. Sharing your goals with a trusted friend, mentor, or group creates a sense of responsibility to follow through. Whether it's a weekly check-in or a casual update, knowing that someone else is invested in your progress can significantly enhance your commitment. Leverage technology if needed. Apps, trackers, and reminders can serve as accountability partners by keeping you focused and providing data to measure your progress. These tools make it easier to stay on track and adjust your approach when necessary. Ultimately, accountability is about aligning your actions with your intentions. By building systems of accountability into your daily life, you reinforce the habits and behaviors that lead to meaningful change. Chapter 17: Redefining Success. Success means different things to different people, and it's important to define what it looks like for you. Society often emphasizes external markers like wealth, status, or achievements, but true success is deeply personal and rooted in your values. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. Is it a sense of purpose? Strong relationships? Personal growth? Aligning your goals with your core values ensures that your efforts lead to fulfillment, not just accomplishment. Redefining success also involves letting go of comparisons. It's easy to measure yourself against others, but this can lead to unnecessary stress and dissatisfaction. Remember that everyone's journey is unique, and your progress is shaped by your individual circumstances, choices, and goals. Celebrate the intrinsic rewards of your efforts, not just the outcomes. For example, if you're learning a new skill, find joy in the process of discovery rather than fixating on mastery. By focusing on the journey, you cultivate a sense of satisfaction that isn't tied to external validation. Finally, recognize that success is dynamic. What fulfills you today may evolve over time, and that's okay. Regularly reassess your definition of success and adjust your path accordingly. This flexibility allows you to grow in alignment with your authentic self. Chapter 18: Leaving a Legacy of Growth. The 1% shift doesn't just benefit you, it has the potential to impact others and leave a lasting legacy. Every small change you make contributes to a ripple effect that extends to your family, community, and beyond. Consider the example you set for those around you. By committing to continuous improvement, you inspire others to believe in their own ability to grow and change. Whether it's through your actions, words, or achievements, your dedication serves as a source of motivation and encouragement. Sharing your knowledge and experiences amplifies your impact. Teaching others what you've learned, mentoring someone on a similar journey, or simply sharing your story can create a profound influence. Your willingness to invest in others' growth adds meaning and purpose to your own efforts. Legacy isn't just about what you achieve, it's about the values, lessons, and inspiration you leave behind. By embracing the 1% shift as a lifelong philosophy, you create a foundation for lasting change that extends far beyond your individual journey. As you continue to grow, remember that the smallest actions can create the greatest impact. The 1% shift is a testament to the power of consistency, intention, and belief in your ability to transform your life and the lives of others. Chapter 19: Embracing the 1% Shift. The 1% shift is more than a strategy, it's a way of life. It's a reminder that growth doesn't require drastic overhauls or perfection, it thrives on small, consistent actions compounded over time. The journey begins with a single step, and each day presents a new opportunity to move closer to the person you aspire to be. As you move forward, remember to stay patient and kind to yourself. Progress is not always visible, and setbacks are part of the process. What matters most is your willingness to keep showing up, to learn, to adapt, and to celebrate every small victory along the way. The 1% shift isn't just about personal transformation, it's about creating a positive ripple effect in your life and the world around you. Your actions inspire others, your growth uplifts your community, and your commitment to change contributes to something greater than yourself. So take that first step. Make the small change. Embrace the journey with curiosity and determination, knowing that the life you dream of is built not in leaps, but in moments. Thanks for listening, and please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and also click the small bell icon to receive a notification every time a new free audiobook has arrived. Thanks again.